The most expensive mistake in offer design isn't choosing the wrong price, it's choosing the wrong structure. You can always raise a price. Rebuilding your entire client relationship model 12 months in costs you more than money. The most expensive mistake in offer design isn't choosing the wrong price. It's choosing the wrong structure. You can always raise a price. Rebuilding your entire client relationship model 12 months in costs you more than money. It costs you the clients you've built the wrong structure around. This decision matters. Make it deliberately. The decision has 3 inputs. Run them in order. The sequence matters. Question 1. Does my buyer buy on commitment or on trial? Question 2. Does my niche have a defined outcome or an ongoing developmental arc? Question 3. Is my capacity constrained or not? Don't run them in parallel. Each answer narrows the field before you ask the next. Question 1. Buyer commitment. A test buyer, someone new to coaching, working with a personal budget, skeptical or referred but uncertain, starts with sessional or a short-term intro package. Asking a test buyer to commit to a 6-month retainer is asking them to trust a process they haven't experienced yet. The structure has to match the buying behavior. A ready-to-commit buyer, referred with context, B2B sponsored, has had coaching before, can engage with a retainer or outcome-based structure from the start. The structure has to match the buyer's actual buying behavior, not the buyer you wish you had. Question 2. The niche's problem structure. A niche with a defined outcome and a finish line, career transition, leadership onboarding, preparation for a promotion, fits outcome-based or a time-limited retainer. A niche with an ongoing developmental arc, senior executives in long tenure leadership, recurring organizational challenges, fits an open retainer. Same credential level, same quality of coaching, completely different structure, because the niche problem is different. A coach serving new managers in their first 90 days has a defined problem with a short window. A coach serving senior executives in ongoing development has an open arc. Both structures are valid. The match is what matters. Question 3. Sell a capacity. If you have excess capacity, open calendar, early practice, building the client base, sessional work fills the gaps with lower acquisition friction. If you're near capacity, every sessional client is crowding out a retainer client. A capacity-constrained coach who keeps accepting sessional work is making a structural choice, probably without knowing it. At that point, the right move is to structure for high-commitment buyers only. That means a sessional client has to pay more or commit more to get on your calendar. Capacity is a real constraint. It changes the right answer to questions 1 and 2. If you're a Path B learner, already running a practice, reevaluating the structure you've been using, here's how this applies. This decision tree applies to new clients. You don't have to restructure existing relationships. Apply the new model to new agreements. That's the operator's move, not a wholesale retrofit. Existing clients are on the terms you agreed to. New clients can be on different terms. Both can be true at the same time. One more thing before you move on. The default structure you pick here is one of the 6 elements of the one-page offer, the first signature artifact of this course. You'll draft that offer in 3.3.1. If you don't make this decision now, at least provisionally, you're missing the backbone of the artifact when you get there. Make the decision. Flag it as provisional. You'll confirm or revise it after the pricing math in Unit 3.2. Here's the engagement beat. Run the 3 questions for your current hypothesis niche. Write the answers down. Name your default structure. 1 sentence with the structure type and the buyer reasoning. Add it to the engagement architecture comparator as the recommended default. Mark it provisional. You'll revisit it after 3.2. You've picked a default structure. Now you have to price it. Most coaches at this point say something like, I need to raise my prices. I'd like to show you why that's the wrong starting point and what the right one is. Unit 3.2.